Hi and welcome to the Geek Legion of Doom. This is going to be a collection video showing my entire Steelbook collection of non-Marvel films. Now, I don't have a massive Steelbook collection, because as I say, I do tend to collect mainly Marvel films, but I do have some others. So I'll go through that collection. So please feel free to tell me what you think of the collection, and I'll look forward to hearing your comments. So we'll start off with this one. This is the G.I. Joe Retaliation. This is a UK release, and it's limited to 2,000 copies from the entertainment store, which was previously known as play.com, or at least that's what it was. Now, this design has actually been used in other countries, so although this is, it says 2000 here, this is just for the UK version. This design is available on a variety of different countries, versions of this same Steelbook. There you go. Next up, we have Final Fantasy VII Advent Children Complete. Technically speaking, this would be a metal pack rather than a steelbook. The difference being the spine is different. But in England, to be honest, we just call them steelbooks rather than kind of really separating it. So there's actually a couple of versions of the Final Fantasy Advent Children steelbooks. Obviously, this is one of them. I don't have the other one. Yeah. But I actually prefer the art on this one compared to the other one. I think is Korean one. This is an Asian one, but I'm not quite sure which country it's from. The Lost Boys. So this is my only Region A Blu-ray still, because I can't actually watch it. But I don't have a multi-region player. But I just love this film so much. I wanted to get this steelbook. If it ever comes out on a Region B, I'll probably just flog this on eBay. So I love the cover of this one as well. I think it's a great cover. A fantastic steelbook. I believe, yeah, this one's from the US retailer Best Buy. Hopefully we'll get a Region B version of it. Next up, we have a horror movie called The Orphan Killer. This is actually a blind buy, so I actually haven't got around to watching this movie yet. Now, this was, I think there were 1,000 pieces released. There's 1,000 copies of this one. And I think about 250 of them were signed by the cast and director. So this is one of those ones. So, like I said, I haven't actually got around to watching this. This is actually a Region 0 steelbook. I think it's actually an American release, but you can actually still watch it on other other players, basically. So as of yet, I have yet to actually watch this movie. But it's quite a cool steelbook. It's quite sort of heavily embossed. Next up, we have Snowpiercer. So this is actually a French steelbook, and again, there's actually another version, of kind of deluxe version of a Snowpiercer steelbook. Again, I prefer the cover of this one, however. I believe there's some more sort of versions that are coming out. I think there's a version which just has that kind of logo on the front, but I like this version. I tend to buy steelbooks that I like the cover of, or I just really like the film. You know, I'm not too fussed about getting multiple versions. So next up we have Avatar. Now I got this one really because I managed to get it sort of quite cheap. I like Avatar, but I'm not a massive fan of it. But there you go. It's the UK steelbook. Next up we have the Dark Knight Rises. This was I think it was an HMV in the UK release, sort of exclusive to them. There's been a few different steelbooks to this. Quite nice though. Next up we have Leon. This one's actually a Dutch release, so you can get this. And it's pretty much the same cover in the majority of countries that I've seen. This one being a Dutch one, and you can tell by the kind of obviously the text in the back there. But it's obviously still Region B. Next up we have The Crow, which is a German release. I love this movie. I believe this steelbook's only available in Germany. So, it's fantastic looking steelbook there. Starring the sadly passed away Brandon Lee. Next up we have the, I believe this is a UK exclusive for the online retailer Zavvi. And of course The Conjuring, with a nice kind of semi-embossed cover here with the noose that's embossed and the borders there. A fantastic horror film. I've actually watched this a number of times and I really enjoy it. Next up, we have the Evil Dead 2 Steelbook. This was actually also an exclusive to Zavvi, and this sold out very, very quickly. I actually really like the design of this. Not a lot of people like the design on this cover, but I actually think it's really cool because I think it's a very kind of sort of striking image of Ash there. But a great little Steelbook. We also have the original Evil Dead movie. You can get the kind of the remake as well. I'm not a big fan of that movie, so I'm just going to probably get the original films. So that is the obviously Sam Raimi's original Evil Dead there. Still a great movie. Next up, we have Man of Steel 3D. Again, there's multiple versions of Man of Steel Blu-rays. This was just the kind of the normal one in the UK. Return of the Living Dead. This is probably my favourite sort of straight zombie film. I think it's such a fun film to watch, and it's got a great little sort of booklet inside this this Steelbook as well. Really, really nice. I think this is a UK exclusive as well. And it's got some really good special features on there, including a very, very good documentary. Ghostbusters Steelbook coming up to its 30-year anniversary. Fantastic movie. You can still happily watch it today, and it still entertains me just as much as it did nearly 30 years ago. So very kind of basic Steelbook, but I think this is what this movie needs. It's just that very kind of iconic image of the kind of the Ghostbusters sign there. Fantastic. Next up, we have the Transformers. This is a German version, which is a different graphics to the English release. I actually quite like this movie. This movie gets a lot of crap, but I actually quite like the original Transformers movie. I'm maybe a bit biased because I'm a big Transformers fan, but I actually do rate this movie as a pretty damn decent film. Maybe not so good is the Revenge of the Fallen. So once again, this is a German release. Not a very good film, if I'm completely honest. I wouldn't have been that fussed having not got the Steelbook, but it was kind of cheap, so I picked it up. The Ultimate Avengers collection. I said that there was no Marvel films. I will put a link to my Marvel collection now, which has got my whole Marvel films, but I don't really collect animated, which is the one exception that I bought. This is why I'm putting it in this collection and not my regular Marvel collection. And if you do want interested in Marvel films, do check out that collection because I have quite a good extensive collection. So this is the two animated Avengers films, which the first one was quite good, second one was a bit rubbish, but a nice looking Steelbook. Hangover trilogy. I'm not a big fan of getting kind of the multi packs, but I thought, what the hell? This again, I picked it up quite pretty cheap, and I really enjoy the first movie. It's probably one of my favourite comedies, and I still relatively enjoy the kind of the other two. They're not obviously as good, and I just like the very, very simple design of the Steelbook. Funny looking Steelbook. This is the extended Hobbit Unexpected Journey 3D, and it's a really fat Steelbook, so it's kind of a big chunky one compared to your regular releases. It's got multiple discs in there. You can get obviously the original release of the Hobbit Steelbook, which was the kind of theatrical cut, but this is the extended version. Next up, we have Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Now, this was available on the Entertainment Store, and it was basically a Fox Direct version, of which there was only 500 copies. So, pretty limited numbers. I think, technically speaking, again, this design may have been used in other countries, but in the UK, this was limited to 500 copies. And then they actually call it a future pack, because once again, the spine is a little bit different compared to your regular Steelbook, say. And it's exactly the same story with this Fight Club one. This was, again, a Fox Direct release and limited to 500 copies. And again, the spine is slightly different. So technically it's a metal pack, future pack, whatever you want to call it. but I just call it a Steelbook. It's Fight Club. We have the Star Trek 11, I think it is. And this again is a Zavvi exclusive. This is a kind of a variant sleeve with the bad guy Nero on the front there. And this was limited to 1,000 copies worldwide. And then finally, for my Blu-ray Steelbooks, we have James Gunn's Super, which was a kind of a kind of strange, almost like a more violent, kick-ass type superhero film. And this is a German release. But I actually really enjoyed this movie, I have to say. Okay, so I'm going to go on to the DVDs now. So this movie, I may be giving away my 1,000 subscriber competition, which is currently running at the time of recording this. So this is a Spanish DVD of the original 1978 Christopher Reeve Superman. As far as I know, it is exclusive to Spain. There's Superman available on Steelbook and nowhere else, as far as I know. Then we have Tekken movie. And I thought this was such a great, very simple design. And I actually really like this Steelbook. It actually comes with a whole bunch of art cards as well. It'd be nice to get this on Blu-ray Steelbook, I have to admit. But I just really like the design of this one. Next up we have Hancock, which is a kind of meddling superhero movie. Not fantastic. But there you go, that is the DVD Steelbook of that. Now I have had other Steelbooks that I've actually traded. So if you've seen any of my unboxing videos, you'll actually see there have been other ones that I don't have in my collection currently. Anyway, moving on to the collection of Hellboy movies, the Hellboy 1 and 2. Again, nice little DVD Steelbook there. I think this one's pretty cool. So this is a Voltron Defenders of the Universe Collection 1, a DVD Steelbook, which has got, you know, a whole bunch of episodes on there. Not quite sure how many, but a really nice design on that Steelbook. Look at that. I mean, who doesn't want that? And then we have Eragon, which was kind of meant to be this beginning of this kind of series of films that never actually materialised. And this is the Steelbook for that one. These are all kind of older ones, obviously, now, pretty much. And then my final Steelbook is the Cloverfield movie, a found footage film involving a giant monster. So there you go. Now, that is my entire collection of non-Marvel Steelbooks. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'll look forward to seeing you here next time. Bye for now.